right, let's talk sitcoms, because I've got two sitcom stars here. And people seem to think that the day of the sitcom may be coming to a close. Reality TV is mucking everything up. But you guys are both on great shows. And as I just said, you just shot a pilot for what I think is going to be another huge show in Girl Meets World. Do you think that the sitcom will always be here to stay, even though the television landscape is changing?
I do. I think as long as there's smart, intelligent writers out there, I think there'll always be a place for it. And I think that there's a special place in everyone's heart for it. I think there's a lot of comfort in it.
Yeah.
I think reality TV is a really, I mean, I'm guilty of watching it. I think it's a great way to numb out.
Yeah.
But I think that there's something when you want to actually laugh and bring a gift to your soul, then you'll tune into something with a soul.
So you're saying,
you know? And I'm saying that as someone who actually does numb out with reality TV, but sometimes you don't want to numb out and you want to engage.
It's a guilty pleasure, isn't it? It's true. I watch Snapped.
But is it particularly guilty?
Because
you make your living from the three-camera traditional sitcom thing that everyone loves, and I agree, it is like this comforting thing that reality TV doesn't give you comfort. So is it particularly guilt-full when you're watching it?
Yes, but you know what I like? I like when I watch something and you start laughing out loud. You don't even intend to. You're just watching it, and then you get this big laugh. You know, it is. It just releases you. Laughter releases you from the stress that is surely there every day.
Yeah.
It's there every day. I mean, this phone here is stressful.
So I think both of your stories are kind of interesting because you jumped in on Big Bang with a great ensemble cast, and you jumped in when the show was a couple seasons in, and you became the breakout star of a show that was an ensemble cast, but you became bigger than the star that was supposed to be the big star.
Oh,
so
Lord.
we'll get to that, but
oh, Jesus.
what was it like jumping in on something that was huge already, but since you've joined, really has become like huge? That's three huges.
That was it three? It might have been.
Four.
It did. It caught on the second season. Big Bang didn't catch on the first season because I watched it.
What season did you jump in on?
I came in the third season. It was a dream come true. It was supposed to be a one-time thing as a.
Everybody wanted that job. I remember. Everybody wanted that gig. I remember like, how'd she get that job?
I was so excited, so excited. And I was a fan of the show before I joined the cast. So coming in just for that one episode I was supposed to do, I was over the moon excited. And that cast is amazing. They're all just such a great group of people. And so it's been just a dream come true.
Yeah. Was it tough though to jump in on something that was, although it wasn't as huge as it is now, that was successful, obviously, and now, I mean, it's the #1 comedy in the country, and you know, your face is on every subway. I know you're beating 2.5 Men.
It's very surreal. It's very. I mean, I'm super grateful for it. I think the cast was so welcoming. I think the writers did a fantastic job of making it a very organic transition, so it wasn't just like, we're bringing on new characters and we're shoving it in your face.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful to them for that, because I think that, whenever you're bringing in new characters to an already established, already successful entity, it could be, it could be hard. Yeah, but I think they did it. The architects behind the show and our producers and our writers, I think, did it really naturally.
Who's this new character? What's she doing here? People get resentful and they get scared.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, you kind of had the reverse thing, because 227 was an established success show, but you were by far the breakout star. I mean, everybody knew Sandra, Mary, and could recite every one of your lines. How did that feel to you?
Stressful.
How was it like working with everybody? And
difficult. And believe it or not, at this age and at this time and all, it still goes on. It really does. It doesn't get, you think it would lessen, it doesn't. But I tell you, it's heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'll wear the darn crown. That's what I say. Yeah, because either you're going to be funny or not. I mean, it takes courage to be successful. So when you get it, like she came and did the job, you did one show, which I love hearing, because that's what I did. I was only supposed to do 7 shows.
Yeah.
And they wrote it in, like you said. So, but.
Oh, so originally for 227, you were supposed to do
that's why I just went all out. I was like, it's only 7 shows, what I got to lose? I'll give me another job. That's the way you feel. And she probably did that. I'm gonna do my best. So you connect, you connect the dots, I call it, but it's not easy being successful. Sometimes it's like, who you think and when you show up to auditions or somebody's gig, they go, it's like, I'm here,
Yeah.
You really, so I push that back. When I'm off now, I used to be all of that. Very braggadocio, but I let that go because it's just too much work.
All right, well, I'm going to humble you both right now, because I know every actor says, oh, I can't watch myself. I can't watch myself. So you know what we're going to do. we're gonna make you both watch yourself. Let's go to the videotape.
He's awful.
Oh, so you guys are getting along?
Yeah, I guess. We're very different people, Howard, so communication's a little tricky. Does he like the pancakes? He didn't try them yet!
All right, so that's Melissa Rauch as Bernadette.
You definitely look better in person.
Oh, thank you.
How do you feel when you watch that? Because everyone says that thing about, oh, I don't like watching myself, but yet we're public figures, so it's like, I feel like people don't understand why it's tough.
I don't know.
Critical, self-critical.
Yeah.
Even now
What
she
you
was
said.
looking to see, you know, the way we moved, we could have done something else, you know, and it was funny. But you always think, I could have done something else. I don't know.
So when you're watching that, you're thinking, oh, is it a visual thing or it's about the acting? It's just everything.
It's everything. I mean, even if, have you ever left a voicemail for someone and then you hear it back and you're like, I don't sound like that. I mean, granted, I'm putting on voices and things like that, but it's that, except it's everything.
Yeah.
It's like listening to a voicemail while looking in the mirror.
Oh, heavy. Ooh,
That
she's
was like-
deep, she deep.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
very deep. Well, you know what?
very
Let's get deep. Let's show Miss Jackée Harry.
Oh, Jesus.
Something you must have in order to live.
A man.
One of the 7 wonders of the world.
A rich man.
Something that improves with age.
A young man.
A Christmas present you'd exchange.
A old man.
A condemned person's last request.
Young man.
Oh my gosh.
Now, see, it's a little different.
Where are you?
They're there.
Oh, they're there.
Ah, thank
They're
you,
there.
kids. Thank you, kids.
We just talked to Jackée Harry's
And that was a
breast.
We
wonderful Ray
did.
Coombs.
We double
The
teamed
late
your boobs.
Ray Coombs was there, who was lovely.
Yeah.
A comedian as well.
He was a comedian.
Yeah.
And he killed himself, which comedy
I
has this
know.
dark thing.
He was
where
he's a
down,
manic
bring it back
depressive.
to
Did
the
you know
boobs.
that? Manic depressive, yes.
Yeah. But
Undiagnosed.
let's focus on Jackée there. How do you feel when you're watching? Now, that's 20 years ago or so, or 15 years, whatever it is. So you have a little time. Melissa, that was probably about a year ago. How do you feel when you look back on something like that?
I'm shocked and appalled.
No.
I'm glad that I didn't know, because if I had known, I might have tailored it or tapered it down. I had no. I was just going for the funny and just, you know, the rapidity of the moment. You know, but now, you know, I can do stuff so quickly, and I can tell you can too. You pick it up. You can too. You have to be like this. You have to quit. So I don't judge as much. You know, I kind of just make sure that it looks good and not stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't mind doing stupid humor either. I don't mind slapstick, all of that.
Yeah.
I don't mind I can tell you, I don't mind rolling around on the ground to get a laugh. You know? Did you see those guys on MTV, by the way, with their pants down? Seth Rogen and did you see them? Well,
Seth
anyway.
Rogen with his pants down on MTV?
MTV, you know those awards they give out, those silly awards.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, speaking of putting your pants down. Anyway, I'm sorry, I digress.
Bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. Enter code TRR20 for 20% off your first purchase.